What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and I'm bringing you more games from the Starseries Season 3. As you can see, we have tiny bands, Leshrac, the only kind of non-perma band there, and Nature's Prophet gets a little bit as well, but this is going to be between the Copenhagen Wolves, who I'll talk about in just a second, and Moscow 5. Moscow 5, they're going to pick up the Templar Assassin as well as the Venomancer, so they do have a mid lane as well as a potential, kind of a pseudo ban out to make sure that Templar Assassin doesn't have to deal with that poison tick damage. Now, the Wolves, I think they're not technically the Wolves anymore. They're just using that, like, team tag or something. Okay, so here's what happened. The Wolves dropped the team. So they weren't Wolves, and then they became TTB. And that's just like a, sponsorless, just what they call themselves kind of thing. And now, they're picked up by MYM, Meet Your Makers. And if you guys don't know MYM, back in the day, they were legends. They had like all the best players that there are now. They've been on MYM, so it's a huge brand. I think it went like bankrupt or something a little bit ago, or like had some financial trouble. But either way, MYM with the new Dota 2 team. I think at this point, these guys, when this game was played, they were still technically TTB. So I'm probably just gonna call them, whatever I want. But just a little bit of, I guess, retroactive history for you guys. They are going to open up with the Rubik because, hey, if Rubik gets through, then you pick him. Let's see who else got through. Well, no more really high priority heroes got through. Templar Assassin and Rubik, the only ones that are really just, you want to get them every single time they're getting through. Templar Assassin for most teams, Rubik for all teams. As you can see, this is not 0.75 because there are 3 bans. I'll let you guys know when we do get to that point. And the Wolves, they're going to go with Morphling as well as the Tidehunter. And they do have some decent lanes, although they're going to need a couple more, preferably solo heroes to deal with those lanes. Their carry hero, the Morphling, is going to be the one that they're going to rely on in the late game. Moscow 5, well, they do have a mid hero in the Templar Assassin who could also potentially be the carry. More often than not, we see the Templar Assassin joined with another person who's a little bit more hard of a carry, something like an anti-mage, or even like a Chaos Knight. Just go one semi-carry and one hard carry, or 2 semi-carries, and then balance the farm there. Because TA, well, she does a huge amount of damage, plus she's capable of soloing the mid lane. Not just capable of soloing the mid lane, most of the time she dominates the mid lane. So it's a very valuable hero there, simply because it allows your team to have so many more options.
Enchantress.
And speaking of options, Moscow 5 going to go with the Enchantress. That's going to be in the jungle 100%. Whether or not it's going to be in their own jungle, that remains to be seen. I don't think they will. They might. Who knows? Depends if if TTB picks up an Enigma or something, and if there's any battling in the jungle, then Enchantress is probably just going to want to play defensive. Moscow 5, they have a pretty solid support lineup so far, Venomancer as well as Enchantress. That usually is enough of the quote-unquote support heroes. So you could focus on other things, heroes that would appreciate more farm, more experience. You can see Copenhagen Wolves / TTB / MYM. They're going to ban out the CK, just what I said before. You're going to want to make sure that M5 don't get that 2 semi-carry roll or semi-carry hard carry. So I also wouldn't be surprised to see the Wolves ban out the Anti-Mage. It's usually a very stable combo, TA and Anti-Mage. TA and Morphling, or TA and Naga Siren. It's usually, well, those are the 3 that people run. And CK as well, because I already mentioned CK. M5, they're going to ban out the Shadow Demon. The Wolves do have Rubik to support. They do have Tidehunter to kind of support. Generally, both of those heroes would prefer a little bit more experience, though, so Wolves might want to look towards a little bit of, harder support, but Rubik is more than capable of performing that role himself. The Wolves right now just need to get a little bit more control over their lanes, and there you go, Anti-Mage ban, 100% correctness right over here. I am so awesome. What is Moscow 5 going to actually get then? They could have Templar Assassin just be the dedicated hard carry. The problem with that is that it kind of loses out on a lot of TA's potential, because TA is strongest once she gets that level 4 refraction plus the sonic traps up. They're not like strongest absolutely for the hero, but strongest in relation to other heroes. So you kind of want TA to abuse that strength, abuse the flat damage that refraction gives, plus the meld damage on top of that, and really do a lot of damage in the earlier stage of the game, rather than just save all that power for later and just spend all that time farming. So M5, they're going to pick up a carry hero. The Wolves got denied from them the Wind Runner. They're going to respond with the Queen of Pain, so that's a very capable solo hero. They have a couple heroes, well, technically all the heroes that they have are capable of soloing. Tidehunter usually doesn't have that much of a great time when he does solo, but yeah, he can do it. He can definitely do it. M5, what damage dealer are you going to go? They could go for like a Clinks, I guess. It won't be that bad actually. An Orchid is the standard build on the Clinks, and if you slap that on the Morphling, slap that on the Queen of Pain, well, they're going to be Sad Town because you could just Searing Arrow them to death. Let's see if they actually want to do that though. What other options are there? And they go for a Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight's awesome to watch. Or Alchemist. Alchemist. This isn't 0.75, so we're probably not going to see an Alchemist. Unfortunately, I know. I want to see Alchemist too, guys. The Wolves do some pretty decent AoE. Unfortunately for Rubik, he doesn't have the best skills to steal in this game. Psionic Trap, Plague Wards, very useful skills to steal when you're like when it's not crunch time, when you're not in a giant fight. You just get a lot of vision on the map. But M5, I feel like they would benefit from picking up like a Bounty Hunter or something like that. They need someone to go to that hard lane. They need someone who could survive there. Beastmaster also would be a good choice. Oh, they're going to go for a Sand King. Let's get some more stuns because, well, they don't have a single stun yet. And Sand King is going to offer that Burrow Strike, but I don't know, one stun? Will that be enough to kill the Morphling or Queen of Pain before they actually use their escape mechanisms? The burst damage from Moscow 5 it's decent. TA has a huge amount of physical burst, but Venomancer, damage over time, Enchantress, impetus damage, it's really iffy with that. So M5, they probably would like another stunner. CK, that CK ban, really killing them right now. CK would have been perfect in this lineup. But the Wolves, what do they want? They have a Morphling, Tidehunter, Rubik, potential tri-lane. They need someone else to solo a lane. Well, they're not going to pick up a Broodmother because Sand King is already there. Bounty Hunter for the Wolves might not be that bad. Yeah, get a little more gold going. Get that track so you could see the Sand King and TA when they try to go into their respective invisibility spells. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it. Do it, TTB. Come on. Aw, Crystal Maiden. They're going to go for another support hero. As I said before, they wanted to have a little bit more of a hard support. They also have a little bit of Disable there with that Frostbite and Burst damage also. She could choose to go for her Aura, and that would benefit the team quite a bit. But generally when you pick up a Crystal Maiden, you want to get that nuking power. Although we've kind of been seeing teams balancing the nuking power with Aura builds in their games. It's like sometimes you see heavy nuking, sometimes you see 1-1-4 and on the Aura. But M5, what are they going to do to respond to this? They have a lot of support on their team. They need someone else to take the farm. There's really no way to get around that because, yes, their heroes can get a lot stronger with farm, but there are heroes that benefit better from it. They're going to go for Beastmaster and go for a very, very powerful early mid-game lineup. They have a decent amount of stun with that Roar now, so they could lock down a Queen of Pain and Morphling, kill them within the duration of the 2 stuns that they have. But M5, TA probably going to be pushed to a little bit more of a hard carry role, but I don't think he's actually going to be playing like a hard carry. M5, they're going to rely a lot on the early mid-game mobility and the ganks. And they got to rely on that, because if they let the game drag on, then the Wolves with the Morphling, or TTB with the Morphling, they're just going to just own all of Moscow 5. So expect a very, very aggressive early game from the Dire. The Wolves, I mean, they have decent heroes to be aggressive as well. Queen of Pain, Tidehunter, Rubik, all are usually played very aggressively in the early stage of the game. Queen of Pain could also, dominate someone 1v1. So the Wolves can be aggressive, but really, they could just sit back and farm and then just be happy with that. On the M5 side, we have Dread He's supporting as the Venomancer Enchantress, being played by solo Nexus on the Sand King, Sedoy on the Beast Master, and Stellianer is going to be playing that Templar Assassin. And on the Wolves side, Balsam hard carrying the Morphling, Calculus on the Queen of Pain, Atsi standing in, although we've seen him play with the Wolves, or TTB, for quite a long time. Rise is the Invisible Tidehunter. It's a new spell. He got a Shadow Amulet. I don't know, it's not 0.75, but he managed to get one at the 1 minute mark. And the Nino is going to be playing the Rubik. I'm pretty sure Rise is now part of the team officially, so he could lose the stand-in tag, but during the time of play, technically still a stand-in. Here we go, we're going to get ourselves into the game. We don't really see Crystal Maidens all that much anymore. She's just so soft and so immobile. I mean, like, there's really not much that would persuade you to get a CM over like a Shadow Demon, who's slow and immobile too, but he has Disruption, and Disruption's awesome. Plus, plus 50% damage on a target. Yeah, that'll do it for you. Looks like Sedoy is already heading down towards the bot lane and clear off these trees. Give himself a little bit more safety. Let's see how many trees he does cut down. Man, I cut the trees once in one of my games, and it was absolutely awful. I missed like all the trees back here. I think I actually had that game recorded. Both teams gonna run into each other. They might. I gotta favor. Well, TTB has all 5 heroes. Nexus is gonna lead the charge. Get Frostbitten. Telekinesis as well. Nexus is gonna take an Anchor Smash as well as a waveform. Nexus is gonna go down to Atsi. First blood drawn by the Crystal Maiden.
First blood, and it's already icing over.
First blood and it's already icing over. What the hell does that even mean? I have no idea what. Maybe like it's really cold so the blood is freezing? I don't know. I don't know, Atsi. Get your hero in line. But Wolves striking first blood versus the Sand King, who got a little bit too far ahead of himself. He tried to burrow strike down the cliff, which is why you saw movement south. But Queen of Pain saved her skill point, so she would have been able to blink after him. So that Sand King was dead nonetheless, whatever he tried to do. Atsi now has 400 gold in the pocket. That could be a very early Flying Courier, or that could be very early boots for the Crystal Maiden. And if he gets boots right off the bat, then the harassment is going to be so much more intense. Simply because, well, Beastmaster probably doesn't have boots. Yeah, he doesn't have boots. So the CM will have the movement speed advantage, and he'll be able to keep up with the Beastmaster on the bot lane and just constantly harass him. Rise, being a little bit of a prick, drawing the creep wave down. He's going to be playing with the Nino. What are you doing, Rise? He's not even bringing the creeps to the tower. He's just tanking them. There you go, now he's bringing them to the tower. He wants to draw him into this second wave of creeps, I guess? They're kind of being stupid. There you go. Rise is taking a lot of damage from this. I don't really know why he's tanking up when he doesn't really have to. He wants to hold the creeps here, yeah. He could be running instead of just sitting there. Anyway, Rise and the Nino going to be playing together. Rise is probably going to be the one getting the farm, as he is. So Rubik's going to be supporting the Tidehunter on top lane. Dual lane, 2-1-2 lanes. You don't see that all that often. It's going to be Calculus versus Stellianer in the mid lane. And Calculus is going to have to put a couple points into that Shadow Strike, because TA with that Refraction will block a lot of Scream and Pain damage. So if you could burn through that with the Shadow Strike, well, that's just awesome. The Shadow Strike also deals a lot of damage. I remember at a certain point in Dota, it used to be good to just max out Shadow Strike and Blink. I remember doing that for a lot of my games. I don't remember what version it was, but it was really a lot of fun. You can see Stellianer already taking a little bit of poison damage. Calculus finds that very funny. But Balsam and Atsi on the bot lane, going to be going up against the Beastmaster Sedoy. You can see the Observe Reward already placed down, so the Beastmaster is going to have a little bit of trouble getting those ancient stacks off. CM already getting 1 stack and 1 pull, and Dread doing the same on his side. So the supports are definitely on the same wavelength. Spotting out the rune, it's going to be on the top lane. Stellianer already with the bottle. Somehow. He very light on the regeneration items, held a lot of his gold. He's going to get a fast bottle. Calculus does have a bottle of his own, but he had an assist, and he has a couple more creep kills as well, so it kind of makes a little more sense there. Rise and the Nino wandering around just a little bit. There's nothing really that they could do in this top lane. I think Nexus is going to be the one farming in this lane. Kind of interesting to have a Sand King take all the farm. But he could use it. I mean, the faster you get a Blink Dagger, the better. Blink Burrow Strike just increases your initiation range by so much. Or if he decides to go for an Urn or a, what is it called? what's it called? Arcane Boots. Those are also very good choices to get early on. Sadoy is going to find this Observer Ward, but good luck getting to it. He's going to have to use axes to get to it, and then it's just going to be a pain in the ass. So already, a couple of ancient, or potential ancient pulls being denied to Sadoy as Balsam gets complete free farm. The TTB carry in the Morphling is getting absolute free farm, whereas Stallianer, the real heavy hitter from M5, having a lot of farm contested versus this Queen of Pain, who is 15 for 6 versus 9 for 5. The Queen of Pain is doing decent to shut down the damage dealer on the M5 side. M5 does have the dedicated jungler, however. Enchantress just chillin', farming. And at a moment's notice, at the drop of a hat, she could go into this lane and push it down. Nino with the Fade Bolt and Rise with Anchor Smash, though, they'll have something to say about that push. But M5, the farm spread is, I feel like it's just not there. Because Sadoy is not getting anything. He's going to start stacking up these creeps. He's going to get that one stack right there. The Calculus is out farming the mid lane and bot lane. Although it's not getting completely demolished for TTB. Like, the Sand King is getting the farm, and Sand King with farm is good, but not as good as the Morphling getting the farm. So TTB are definitely getting the upper hand as far as the farm goes. You can see that displayed in the graph right there. EXP getting held equal a little bit because of that Enchantress getting those extra neutral kills. But also you have to factor in that Wolves did get first blood, so there's that to consider as well. Sadoy just trying to snipe off levels whenever he can. Atsy does have a sentry ward. Is he going to de-ward this? He's just going to go straight for Sadoy with the right click action. Frostbite onto him. Wait for him in from the Morphling, doing a lot of damage to his Beastmaster. Only level 2. Their Beastmaster is going to live though with 20 HP popping off the south. Balsam wants this kill. He's going to die for it. He is going to get it, but teleportation coming in. It is Dread. Going to land that Gale, and Balsam might take a huge amount of damage here. He's going to get denied by Atsy. He's going to Frostbite Dread, and Balsam is going to walk away from this with Strength Morph. Too strong. Venomancer still closing in, but he's got to watch out for the CM. The right clicks don't hit for a lot, but they do add up eventually. Balsam did manage to live through that, and he's going to teleport back to the base. A very calculated dive by the Wolves. And that got him another kill. 2-0. Stallianer getting a little bit more of an edge in this lane. He ties up the creep score. Those side blades really keeping Calculus back. Plus the extra damage on refraction and extra refract procs, I guess. Tried to meld dodge that Shadow Strike, but you know what? Sentry wards, none of that will happen. And the Shadow Strike is slowly burning through that refraction. Atsy is getting a little bit of solo experience, and it's really important, or really valuable, to have a CM with solo experience for just a little bit. I mean, Morphling, he teleported back, so he obviously can't be in that lane. You would want Morphling to get a little bit more levels than the Crystal Maiden, but Crystal Maiden, you know, she's been on a couple of excursions herself. So if you could get those nukes higher level, the earlier you get those nukes, the more potent they're going to be. Top lane is going to be denied by the Dark Troll Warlord. Whatever rune that was, no one's going to get it now. Atsy continuing to de-ward the area. She already did take down the sentry ward that was on the low ground, but the ward here will block off this camp. So Sadoy getting the Ancients denied to him one last time. Or one more time. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Atsy now with boots after that kill assist, and Calculus gonna get pressured back by Stallianer. Instant blink away. Doesn't want to take any damage there. Smoke up, Solo, and Nexus looking for the mid lane. Possibly a Burrow Strike is level 3, so the range is decent. But Calculus has been on point with his blinks, shown not afraid to use them. But transition down from the top lane as well. Nexus and Nino gonna look towards the Templar Assassin. The Templar Assassin's falling back. Nexus and Solo, they're gonna go straight for the bot lane where Morphling is farming. They need to get the perfect Burrow Strike chain stun here. There might not be enough damage though, because the Morphling is sitting at a rather high amount of strength. And to say that he's switching it all away from strength. And here comes Nexus with the Burrow Strike. Is Balsam going to see it? No, he's not. He's going to take a Burrow Strike, but instant strike more from him. He's going to wait for him through to the secret shop, pick up a teleportation scroll, and instantly get out of there. Balsam's going to peace out. Good recognition by him, realizing that there's only one stun on the M5 side. And okay, TA got brought down by Rise and the Nino. Apologies for missing that. But hey, shit happens. Wolves extend their lead 3-0. M5, they're going to look to strike back by taking a tower. first tower of the game if they manage to bring it down, but Rise, Atsi, and Nino, heavy early damage heroes, they're going to go straight for Solo, who's running the wrong way. She does have a quite high level on that heal. Not enough burst damage, not enough mana on these support heroes to actually bring down the Enchantress. So the Enchantress gets to walk away. Farming up the Arcane Boots pretty quickly, so that's going to be very convenient. And now they're going to go onto the dive on the bot lane tower. Burst Strike onto Rise, Access Supply as well. He's very tanky, so he should be able to hold off for just a little bit longer. Stallion is going to telekinesis back, and Sadoy is going to get right clicked down by Balsam, trying to run away. And Rise with the juke in action, plus a salve on top of him. Enchantress does pick up the Crystal Maiden as Rise takes another Burrow Strike. Solo still alive with those impetuses, doing a lot of damage. Morphling going to wait for him in towards the Nexus. Just needs one more kill, one more hit to get a kill. But that trap from Stallion is going to slow him down, and now Morphling might be in a little bit of trouble. He does have Magic Stick charges, and Nexus is salving up once again. Nino is going toe-to-toe with Stallion, who's getting blocked a little bit by the creeps, but he does have a Tango, so he's going to get right out of there. Wait for him in from the Morphling, but there's the shield once again from Stallion. He's going to get out of here. M5 take 2 in exchange for 1 with a very aggressive dive onto this bot lane. Balsam, gotta watch out for Stallion. They can do a lot of burst damage with 1 hit. Level 6 on the TA, so not the most amount of burst damage. But Solo with the impetus damage just wrecking everyone in the back lines. Unfortunately for TTB, Calculus was caught without teleportation scroll, and if Queen of Pain was there, M5, they would have been swept. So Solo, Calculus is going to go toe-to-toe with Dread as a long-range Crystal Nova does fly out. Shadow Strike as well. And Dread is going to probably go down to this pick damage. He is going to go down, but Atsi is going to be the trade as Calculus got to get out of here. Burrow Strike is not going to be up in time, and Calculus is going to walk away. Balsam chilling at very low amounts of HP. Gotta watch out, man. Whenever you see a hero at that low HP, Calculus gonna dive in straight to kill the bottle of Stallioner. He's gonna pay for it with his life, though. He's gonna try to teleport out, but the burst damage is too much. Was it worth it, Queen of Pain? Was it worth it? I don't think it was. You killed 600 gold. Oh, it probably was, actually. I think it, yeah, it was. So, Calculus making some odd plays. You don't really see that all. You don't really see that all that often. Like someone diving in to kill a bottle that's on the floor. Really? When do you see that? You never see that. But hey, the bottle's worth 600. His life is worth 240. You know, plus experience. So at very least, it's a wash.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
Now TA is going to be struggling without that bottle. Stallion does have a haste rune though. Nino gonna steal Refraction, so Rubik just got a lot more tanky, a lot more offensive as well. Morphling still with like no HP on this bot lane. Gotta watch out for a Roar, but Roar is not up yet. I have no idea when it's gonna be up. Probably not for a while, because 900 doesn't seem like level 6 material at all. Balsam's gotta watch out. Axe is gonna fly. Miss on Balsam though. Even if they did hit the Gale, even if they did hit the Axes, it wouldn't have been enough to take down this Morphling. They need one more hero. Oh, the bird, who's apparently named Warlock Golem, gets smashed down out of the sky. His Rise is level 6. He's going to run into Solo. Anchor Smash onto the Centaur Outrunner, Centaur Warchief. He's going to take neutral damage. Anchor Smash going to bring him down as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Solo loses his Centaur. You never want to lose your Centaur, because Centaurs are a baller. As the tower in the top lane does get destroyed by Nexus all by himself. No one from TTB going there to defend it, as Nino might be able to tell. He pops off his refraction, and Stallioner is like, what is going on? Why can't I get through this? But Rubik, if he didn't have that refraction, he did have telekinesis in his pocket, but he still would have taken a lot of damage regardless. 3 onto the mid lane as Dread is going to spot out Rise. Does Sadoy have a Roar? Yes, he does. Ward to block off Rise. They're not going to actually go for this, though. That would have been pretty cool, though. Nice little play by the Venomancer Dread, just blocking off the Tidehunter's path, forcing him a little bit closer to the Beastmaster, but they didn't want to go for it. Tidehunter a little bit too tanky, and the levels simply aren't there for M5 to burst down that Tidehunter. It would have been a very rough gamble. Gold per minute still being led by the Morphling, and there's something in my eye. Get it out, get it out. Alright, I think it's out. He's going to go for a Ring of Health, probably a Lincoln Sphere in this game, prevent himself from getting roared. And a targeted Burrow Strike as well, but this game, not the best to have a Lincoln Sphere. Atsi going to throw out a Crystal Nova onto Sadoy. Burst so much from TTB. Rise is going to take a Gale. He's going to take a little bit of right-click damage as well, but Dread is taking a huge amount of damage from this Morphling. Has a huge amount into agility. Venomancer does get to live from that. But Sadoy taking another fall. How many stacks does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks. So that's a substantial amount of gold. That's a substantial amount of experience just sitting there waiting.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
TTB, they're gonna know that Enchantress is around here. Did have vision of her walking up, and Enchantress is on the run. Whereas, oh, the Nino's guessed wrong, and the Enchantress went the other way. That's unfortunate. No way to get around that, though. Shit happens. CM gonna teleport to the mid lane, where Stallianer is pushing it out. Fade bolt from the Nino, looking for telekinesis on the Stallianer. He is gonna catch it, slowed down by that Crystal Nova and a Frostbite as well. Stallianer is getting a lot of damage mitigated. Are they gonna use Ravage for this? No, they don't need to. The burst damage is so huge. Refraction was not up to block that Scream of Pain. And TA, very soft hero, forced to rebuy a bottle. So yeah, Calculus's death investment in diving for that bottle kill was definitely worth it. Nexus continuing to farm up the top lane, did get pretty early arcane boots. But M5, they're behind in this game so far.
Radiant's top tower is under
Each
attack.
team has taken one tower down. With 7 to 4, the gold earned is going to be in favor of the Wolves, as is the experience earned. And M5, they don't have the late game. The late game is 100% in Balsam's court. And although he's going for a defensive item, not looking to maximize his early game damage, it's going to be very hard to bring down. M5, they got to get these ganks off. Axe is going to fly from Sedoy, get instantly stolen by Rubik. Pretty good spell to steal, especially when you could take some Ancients. Dread is going to get a Frostbite from Atsi, who has a haste. He's going to get killed by neutrals of all things. That was such a baller play by the Nino, but it's not done yet. Calculus is going to go straight for Stoy. Wait for him in from Balsam's going to get himself another kill. Solo does have his heal up, and Calculus is on the run. He's going to take a Burrow Strike as well as some impetuses. He's going to go down most likely. Yes, he does. Bursting into a pool of blood as Balsam tries to get out of here. Stallianer has arrived into the scene. He's going to wait for him through the hills and over the trees, and he's going to get away. No, he's not going to get away slow. Solo is going to hit him with that slow. Nexus is going to close the distance for the Burrow Strike into an epicenter. Balsam is probably going to go down from this. He's going to wait for him away yet again. Just enough mana to do so with those int treads. You get hit by another trap. Balsam is still on the run. Rise has arrived, though, with a Ravage, helping to save Balsam's life. And will Balsam... Oh, they're going the same direction. Balsam going to wait for him through. Almost get Nexus killed. And Crystal Nova going to miss. Unfortunately, Rubik is there to pick up that kill. Rise taking a lot of damage, though. Solo got shotgun back, and he's going to pop off the heal and probably be just fine, as Balsam and Rise both survive. Yellow, to Nino circling around, and he's cut off way out of position. Nino's going to go down. A little bit of miscommunication there from the Rubik. Balsam still very low on mana, very low on HP. Stallianer very healthy. He's going to lay down another trap, but Atsi is here with the Frostbite. Axes to fly, do a little bit of damage to Balsam, and he's slowed down. He's going to go down. He's going to try to teleport away from this. Is there a stun? No, there isn't a stun, but the burst damage this time on M5's side, a little bit too much. Once again, Calculus, nowhere to be found. Had his TP scroll on cooldown for some reason. Unfortunately, it wasn't there for that fight. As M5 take a pretty good skirmish, and that's exactly what they need to do. Roar up on Beastmaster still. But, yeah, that was a super baller play right here, where Nino threw axes, and then the Ancients got dragged into the Venomancer, where Crystal Maiden was there. So they got the Venomancer killed. They didn't gain anything from it. They didn't make the Venomancer lose a little bit. But just using the Ancients as a weapon, how often do you see that? That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Like, how fast do you have to think to plan that? That's outrageous. But anyway, M5, again, look towards a Roshan. They do have a little bit of minus armor from a Meld Strike. They don't have a Medallion, but they do have Frost armor. It's very valuable to go up against this Roshan. An extra 8 armor, plus the Ice armor slow. Solo without Untouchable pretty much does have Untouchable with that Ice armor on. Roshan is getting brought down. He's going to go down. Everyone from TTB standing on the sidelines, but without Ravage, without Balsam. They're not capable of fighting it. No, Calculus gets caught out of position with a Burrow Strike. Roar to follow as well. Lots of ultimates being used for that kill, but he does get him regardless. Nino trapped by a Plague Ward. Oh god, that is just unfortunate for you. He's brought down by the Templar Assassin. M5 getting a Roshan plus 2 free kills. As Calculus stayed just a little bit too long, and then Rubik tried to get a little bit of positioning done, but hell, it turned out to be anti-positioning. You don't want to do that, because you get killed. So M5 tying up the score with those 2 easy picks, plus the Roshan. The golden experience should be drawing close to the 0 mark. Experience actually in favor of M5 because of that Roshan kill. But once again, if TTB keeps it even, then their late game is going to win out, because they do have that Morphling. Stallion is going straight for survivability, so he's not going to be doing the most damage come late game. Although after BKB, probably going to see a Desolator. Completely skipping the Blink Dagger. He doesn't really have to initiate with the Templar Assassin. With the amount of slows and disables that M5 has, mostly the slows, well, Stallion can just walk right in and get a Meld Strike off. But Morphling almost has his Lincoln Sphere up. Calculus kind of not been playing. He's kind of been playing his own game this entire time. He got picked off a couple times. 1-3-4. I mean, like, it's not a bad score. But Queen of Pain, whenever shit goes down, she's nowhere to be found. 3 onto this mid lane. Sidoi almost with his mech up. He does have his mech up. They're going to push the tower just a little bit. But the Nino stole level 4 Plague Wards. So very valuable to steal. Not for the eye-catching, oh look I stole Black Hole way, but for the this is a very useful spell that's very cheap and honestly a little bit underrated to steal kind of way. TTB put a little bit of pressure onto this bot lane tower, forcing 2 people to teleport in. Dread and Nexus are there, but Balsam all this time has been on this top lane farming it up. He does now have his Lincoln Sphere. It's flying out to him as we speak, or as I speak, because you guys, I'm assuming, aren't speaking. Unless you're casting with me, in which case that would be kind of weird. Hey, if you're casting with me, like, just for the shits and giggles, then give me a PM. Calculus going to go right onto Stallion or Atsi. Can he get close enough for that Frostbite? No, the 10-second BKB charge does get popped from TA. Forced to use it defensively, that's never what you want to have happen. But she does live and does hold on to that Aegis. I feel like it would have been better if she just lost the Aegis instead of that 10-second charge. Now she can get bursted down if the damage over time is high enough. Top lane is going to be the target solo. You gotta get out of there, man. Oh no, it's actually gonna be Dread. You take a Shadow Strike. Burst damage from Calculus will be enough if she uses the Sonic Wave to bring down that Venomancer. Nino looking for a telekinesis, trying to bring that Enchantress back towards his team. Not gonna happen though. And the Nino using the Plague Wards to their fullest potential. Getting some 65 gold out of it. Hell yeah. Tower's getting a little bit of pressure as Balsam teleports down to the bot lane. Trying to deal with Nexus's push, who does now have a Blink Dagger flying out to him, I suppose. Yes, it is. And teleport to the mid lane. It is Stallioner. So it's a really seesaw back and forth battle as both teams try to get these towers. But the teleport responsiveness from, oh no, Stallioner is going to run straight into Ryzen Nino. Telekinesis is going to draw him up into the air, take a gush as well as an Anchor Smash. Stallioner does have his fraction. There goes the Blink, Epicenter from Nexus, instantly bringing down that Queen of Pain, doing a lot of damage to Nino as well, as a Burrow Strike does get stolen. Nino drops it down right on top of him. Atsi is trying to run away from this Enchantress. Nexus hiding in his Sandstorm. Nino's taking a huge amount of burst damage from Stallioner. Double Burst Strike from Nexus once again. Beautiful play from the Sand King. He's going to go down from a long range gush, but as Sidoi comes in with that roar, is going to pick up the Tidehunter kill. 3 for 1 in favor of M5 in that fight. Beautiful, beautiful play from the Sand King. Blinking in with that Epicenter, instantly bringing down the Queen of Pain, and then getting 2 double Burrow Strikes. Outrageous. That will lead M5 to get a tower on the mid lane. This tower has not a chance in hell. As Sidoi, with the right clicks, does pick that up. Balsam, in the meantime, is pushing down this bot lane. Not going to bring down this tower. Not enough power there. Atsi, the only one to defend this mid lane. Kind of needs a little bit of support. He needs that Queen of Pain to come in, but Queen of Pain wants to buy something. Teleportation Scroll. As this tower is slowly getting brought down. Fortification going to slow M5 just a little bit. But they can stick around all they want. Dread is here with a whole lot of Plague Wards. Fortress starting its setup. Stallioner taking a huge hit from that Crystal Nova. Calculus not blinking in. He uses Scream of Pain. And now that the Tidehunter has arrived with that Anchor Smash, they should be able to clear this out. They probably just wait till this tower gets a little bit lower, and now it's in deny range. So now they're going to clear off these Plague Wards. They're going to get it killed. Morphling has destroyed the tower, actually. A lot of damage coming out from the Morphling, and there's the tower deny from the TTB. M5, a little bit of miscalculation there. Unfortunately led to the denial of that tower. But hey, the tower's down, which makes Roshan that much easier. It's not going to be up again for another like 5 minutes. But still, when you prevent the Radiant team from getting those easy teleportations in, well, they still do have one teleportation route into Roshan. If they die, they can buy back, teleport here, and then it's not that far to run towards Roshan. But M5 being the Dire, they do have that Roshan advantage if it should come to that. Morphling going to find a level and some gold in killing that bird. He does have quite a bit of gold in the bank, 2,700. What is he going to go for? With that Lincoln Sphere, he could be very aggressive, but Stallianer looking for Atsi. He's going to find this Crystal Maiden. Telekinesis onto Solo, trying to get a stun onto that TA. A blink forward and a Burrow Strike is going to mean the death of the Crystal Maiden as she bursts into a shower of blood. Balsam has arrived, taking a lot of damage though from Stallianer. Balsam's is gonna waveform out. Rise is now going to be the target from Stallianer. He's taking a lot of damage with the mech pops off from Sidoi, keeping Stallianer alive. He does still have that Aegis in his pocket, so he's not going to die anytime soon unless the fight goes absolutely disastrous for M5. I think that's enough AoE to clear off the creep wave. Those creeps never knew what hit them. But M5, they're falling back. They're going to look towards the bottom tower. They're slowly but surely positioning themselves for the next Roshan, clearing out all the tier 2 towers, pushing out the mid and bottom waves. That'll make Roshan that much easier. And Stallianer with the BKB still doing a lot of damage because of that refraction. He has 2,500 in the bank. Let's see what he wants to go for. Tornado from the Wilkin, spotting everyone out as well as with the Scout Hawk. Rise moving forward, looking for a Ravage opportunity. He has no Force Staffs, no Blink Daggers on his team, so he's got to walk in and do it manually. If that makes any sense. The word manually. Rise continuing to hold the front line. He's going to take a huge amount of damage from Stallianer. He's going to Force Staffed out, so there is a Force Staff on the Nino that will allow Rise to get in for that Ravage. But it's a little bit too late. Stallianer does have double damage rune, of course. There's always a double damage rune involved. And this tower is taking a huge amount of damage. Trapped now onto Calculus. Just slowing him down. Balsam trying to go toe-to-toe with this TA. But he's going to get dropped down to half HP as the TA does pick up the tower. Balsam got to get out of there. Oh, no roar onto the Morphling, but he waveforms out to take a little bit of damage. There goes the Ravage onto Sidoi as well as Solo. They're going to get brought down. No, the mech charge keeping Sidoi alive, and Nexus blinking in with that epicenter, going to kill Atsi immediately. The Nino is on the run. Stallianer going to hit him with a huge burst from that meld hit. Now Calculus is the only one to get out, as well as Balsam. Stallianer going to go toe-to-toe with that Queen of Pain. Doesn't give a crap. And M5 picking up 2. They keep this push going. Keep it rolling. Sidoi barely surviving that burst damage with that mech pop-off, with the magic stick pop-off. Rise and Calculus continue to go to the front line, but a burst strike instantly on the Calculus. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? Yes, they do. Balsam has arrived, but Stallianer is still very healthy with that Aegis Immortal. Rise looks like he's going to go down to one more hit. Yes, he's going to go down. Venomancer bringing that Tidehunter down. Queen of Pain has bought back, and Stallianer is going to go. Oh, Calculus, what are you doing there? Taking a burst strike, taking a huge amount of burst damage. Is it going to be enough? He's going to try to bottle up, and he's just going to run away from this one. Enchantress does go down to the Morphling in the meantime. Stuck around for a little bit too long. The tower does go down, though. And M5, do they want to keep pushing this? Mech pops off one more time, but now Atsi as well as Nino are back into play, and I don't think M5 can keep pushing this. But you know what? They took a whole lot of heroes down with them, and they're still sticking around. They might want to look towards at least scratching down the racks. Stallianer blocking a lot of magical damage with that refraction shield, and yeah, 4 still on the spot lane for M5. Enchantress is now on the top lane, so they lose out on that heal. But I do think M5 are being forced back slowly but surely, as all 5 from the Wolves are now up. They could defend these Raxes. But the trap from TA really starting everything in this area. Rise got a Ravage on 2, but there wasn't enough burst damage to actually bring anyone down. So M5 taking a really, really good fight there. The TA going for a Manta style is going for a more carry-oriented TA rather than the utility-oriented. You can see the creep kills, not that many on M5. You can see Balsam has creep kills and then some. But the advantages are in favor of M5 after that push. Got themselves another tower. And as they do hold on to 2 of their outer towers, only 1 outer tower left for Wolves, but you know they lost an inner tower, so I guess that kind of evens it out. Sidoi now with a pipe as well as a mech. Sidoi is a very valuable target, but it's really hard to burst him down. He has a lot of healing, he has a lot of damage mitigation as Balsam.
Dead in the water.
Dead in the water. Caught out the Enchantress with a shotgun. Caught me off guard with a shotgun, and no, it might be Calculus who's going to fall next. Sidoi with the opening roar. Do they have enough burst damage to bring him down? Yes, they do. Calculus with only an ultimate orb for like the past 10 minutes. Atzi's going to take a psionic trap, and Sidoi with a haste rune. Blink in Burrow Strike from Nexus. Going to bring in Stallianer an unstoppable streak. This Queen of Pain hasn't been getting much done all this game. I mean, at this point, Queen of Pain is pretty much past her prime. The burst damage isn't going to do as much as it could have done like 20 minutes into the game. And she doesn't have anything. She doesn't have a Lincoln Sphere. She doesn't have... Well, that's what she's going for, a Lincoln Sphere. She only has that ultimate orb component, and she just keeps getting killed. because she's so soft at this point. She needs more farm, but the farm simply isn't there for the Wolves. M5, they're going to bring down Roshan yet again. And he's killed and picked up by Stallianer, so he has that extra life. He has a Manta style. And he can teleport up to the top lane where Balsam is pushing. Great thing about TA's refraction is that you could block that shotgun like 100%. Nothing could get through that. Balsam's going to play a little bit with Stallianer, do a little bit of damage to this tower. Stallianer with the meld hit is... Actually, this Templar Assassin clone is very resilient. He can get brought down, so no escape for this Morphling for a little bit. But we might have a little bit of fight as Dread is he going to get caught. Calculus is on the chase. Just a couple more seconds, but the Beastmaster should have his roar. Yes, he does. And TTB fall back. Anyway, Sadoy is a very high priority target right now. If they could bring him down before he gets anything off, then, well, I'm pretty sure Wolves will have the fight from there on out. That'll be no pipe, no mech, and that mech has been absolutely vital to the M5.
Renew me.
Wat. Sand King. Yes, Nexus, you're my new favorite player, Nexus. Going for a frickin' Dagon. As smoked up M5, they're going to find Calculus, no roar, opening that up. Rise is going to gush onto Solo, who's going to take a lot of damage. Telekinesis up into the air, just drop down straight away, and Solo's going to run straight through the trees. Ward's blocking off the path. There's a Ravage onto 3. Stallianer, unfortunately, without BKB, and there's a Sonic Wave hitting and instantly bringing down that Beastmaster before we get anything off. Blink in with the Epicenter. Nexus going to go for Balsam. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? Yes, they do. Morphling does go down, and now everyone else is on the run. Rise is going to try to teleport out. Is there a Bro Strike? No, there isn't. Rise is going to teleport out, but Nino does get brought down. Bro Strike, blink in from Atsi onto Atsi. Sandstorm getting cancelled, but, you know, that'll just give Stallianer yet another kill. Picking up a triple kill as Calculus is fleeing from the scene of the battle. Well, it wasn't really a battle, that's just a slaughter. Once Wolves lose that Morphling, they cannot fight. I mean, like, they had a beautiful Ravage, they had a beautiful Sonic Wave, but M5... with a Dagon, Sand King, they managed to bring down many of the Wolves players. Nexus, what a baller. Usually when it's like, you know, you have that person who's like, hey guys, I'm new to Dota and I like Sand King, what build should I go with him? It's like, oh, you go Blink Dagger, Arcane Boots, and then, you know, if it's really late game, you get a BKB, you get a Shiva's Guard. But no, Nexus is like, fuck that, I'm gonna go get a Dagon and kill things. And hey, if you could tag Morphling with the Dagon while he's in that ethereal form, that is painful. So much pain. What's that? Plus 33% damage onto 400 damage. I want to see if Sand King is going to keep upgrading that. I don't think he will, because really the only hero that you should be upgrading that with is the... Oh, yes! Yes! Hell yes, Nexus. I approve so hard. He's going to get a bigger Dagon. Sadoy is invisible, looking for a kill onto Calculus. Is he going to get that roar off? No, he's not. He's going to hold back. He could have gotten him, I feel. But Nexus, what a baller. Level 2 Dagon. He's just going to keep upgrading that. And it does get cheaper as you upgrade it, which kind of doesn't make sense. If it does more damage, you expect it to cost more also. But Balsam, he knows that something's coming for him. He's going to try to hide in the trees. He does have a replicate in the base, so he's going to piece out of there. No burst stun available. And M5, I'm sure they're okay with that. They're just going to clear off this creep wave, clear up the creep wave that their own creep wave is running against. Actually, that'll do it by themselves. And then try to take a set of Raxes. All the big teamfight ultimates will be up by the time M5 reach the base, though. So at that point, it's just a matter of positioning and targeting. Enchantress with the Aghanim Scepter. Heavy on the stats as well. You can be doing a lot of damage with those impetus hits. So she's taking kind of the role as the semi-carry in this game. Nino stole those axes, trap onto the Rubik, forced to use that Force Staff to get out. Stallianer going straight for Balsam. Rise on the front line, seeing a huge amount of damage from that Enchantress. Holy crap, already down to half HP. Stallianer holding his ground, looking to set up some traps. Perhaps going to go open up onto Atsi. Stallianer's going to take a lot of damage. There goes Refraction, popping off that Manta style, losing that stun slow on him. Balsam's going to go, oh no, Nexus whiffing his epicenter. Balsam's going to take that Ravage from Rise, though. Stallianer is going to try to hold his ground. He's got to pop that BKB, mitigating a lot of the damage, but no one is actually going down. There goes the Beastmaster. Nexus is going to follow, and Stallianer is now in a very hard position. Telekinesis up into the air. And get brought back, landed onto Dread as Solo is trying to bring down Rise. He is going to bring him down. 3 up for M5, but everyone is still up from Wolves as they do have buybacks, and Calculus can take one more impetus. Going to go down. Nino with the Burst Strike stolen. Going to kill Solo as Balsam waveforms in. Wolves, they do manage to hold their Raxes. And M5, unfortunately, Nexus, whiffing that burrow strike, whiffing the epicenter. He thought that the TTB, I guess you can't say the TTB since the first T in TTB stands for the. So TTB, he thought that they would take the fight there because Stalliana was acting so aggressive. And really, like, I would have expected that too. If your Templar Assassin is right here, and all the wolves are right here, then you just go in and kill her. But unfortunately, wolves, I don't know if it was a better read or if they were just playing cautiously. They managed to avoid all of the epicenter damage and they get a really good ravage on top of that as well. So the wolves managed to hold, win that fight. They did have to use a couple of buybacks. But M5, they are still in a pretty dominant position right now. Gold advantage and experience advantage vastly in favor of them. And Templar Assassin has a lot of dough in her pocket. 10-12, 174 creep kills. Pretty good farm on her, most gold per minute in the game. And the Enchantress also really picking up her damage roll as well. Usually when you pick up an Enchantress, you don't expect her, or you don't rely on her to be that heavy damage dealer. But if she's left unchecked, those impetuses will fly, and you saw that in that last fight, bringing Ryze down to half HP with 2 hits. Of course, one, he was running away, and you never really want to do that. It's kind of catch-22 there. But Dagon is getting bigger. Nexus, baller mode engaged. Oh, please get level 5. Usually the standard extension for Sand King after a Blink Dagger and Arcane Boots, if you get that far, it's either a Shiva's Guard or a Veil of Discord or a BKB. Never a Dagon. So Nexus, you know, that Dagon kind of redeems the fact that you missed that epicenter. Just don't miss another one or else I will revoke your status as my favorite player of all time. Seriously, who gets a Dagon on Sand King? That's outrageous. But I think that's enough about that. Balsam is still getting bigger, and Wolves, they are behind, but they haven't lost their Raxes. So they're still very much in this game. Morphling getting really big, and if he could shotgun down like the Enchantress or even the Sand King at this point before the fight gets started, well, then Wolves will have a huge advantage moving forward. Unfortunately, that ethereal form will mean that he'll take a lot more magic damage from that Dagon. And really, Morphling, you're that lazy. Ryze, you're that lazy. You're going to anchor smash that guy. He was like at 10 HP. Look how lazy these wolves are. They're like, we'll leave it to the Tidehunter. And Tidehunter's like, I'll use my biggest damage spell to kill it. Balsam continuing to farm. Later on, he could go toe-to-toe with the TA, but I feel like the TA at this point has an advantage. She has a butterfly flying out to her, or the components of a butterfly, and someone's dying on this map. It's Solo getting brought down by Balsam. Took a shotgun, but he did get the heal off before he managed to go down. And Nexus is here, missing the Burrow Strike because of that Lincoln Sphere. Balsam is 0 fucks given. He can take a couple of impetus shots, but he's going to replicate right on out of there. Enchantress almost going down to that Morphling, but with Drums of Endurance, with all the stat points that she's pouring into herself, plus the Aghanim Scepter, she's very durable for an Enchantress. Typically a very soft hero, but this game not so much. Sudoi continuing to be that utility role. You can go for something like an Assault Cuirass. That'll help the TA do a lot of damage, who now has a butterfly. So Morphling is going to have to get an MKB if he really wants to go toe-to-toe effectively, or pick up a butterfly himself, and then it'll just be like a misfest. But Stalliana is getting a little bit ahead of himself, and Cactus is there with the Hex. Stalliana is going to take a gush as well as the Telekinesis. He's going to go down, lose the Aegis right now. There's no way for him to survive this. Balsam trying to fight Solo, but take a huge impetus shot with 245 damage. He's going to go straight for him. Shotgun, not going to be doing enough to kill that Enchantress. Stalliana pops up to BKB as well as the Manta Style. He can go straight for Ryze. Mech popping off though, trying to hold him out. Balsam is taking a lot of damage. Epicenter comes in from Nexus. There's the Ravage from Ryze, as well as the ultimate from the Crystal Maiden. Pipe does get popped off from M5, as Morphling is the only one to have fallen right now. Ryze is on the run, might go down to a hit from the Templar Assassin. Calculus does take a roar. Solo getting a double kill as he picks off that CM, and Nino stuck in a corner. He's going to go down as well. Popping out the Earth Action, but unfortunately that's not enough to save him. M5 taking yet another dominating fight as they manage to pick up the Morphling very, very easily. Stallianer with the hard carry TA, paying dividends for his team. Last tier 2 outer tower is going to go down for M5. In the meantime, the bottom lane in full breach. Balsam is forced to go back to defend this, and that means he's not going to be on this top lane to defend the tier 3 tower from going down. The creep wave just got demolished as Nexus. What is your Dagon level? Level 2 still? Is he at level 3 on the courier? No, not yet. I better see a level 5 Dagon Nexus. I better see it. With only 2 up for the Wolves, and with Stallianer firing those side blades like a machine gun, there's no way that they could save these Raxes. Look at all those purple things. It's outrageous. I guess they're more pink than purple. But Nexus took half a shotgun. He's going to live through that. Use his urn to, or use the team's urn. Who has the urn? Dread? Yeah, use that urn to get a little bit healthier. And Venomancer, wow, he's stacked. Gem, Ultimate Orb, Ghost Scepter. 1600 HP on him. So even the supports from M5 getting a lot of gold, and well, when most of your team is composed of supports, you would expect them to get a little bit of gold. Looks like M5, their next target is the bottom lane. Raxes got scratched down a little bit, not substantially though, as we have, ooh, a Helm of the Dominator onto TA, very interesting. Gonna go for a Satanic perhaps, or just hold it like that. But this is a hard carry TA. Not really seen all that often in pro games because, well, usually you see a Blink Dagger on TA, and then she's typically puts herself in a little bit more of a vulnerable position. But I feel like TA could be soloing the Roshan at this point. There goes the Roshan, third incarnation, because there's cheese on the floor. Aegis on the TA, cheese onto solo, the heavy damage dealers from the M5 side. Kind of underused damage dealers. Well, I mean, like Templar Assassin, not really underused in it's herself, but as a primary carry, yes, she's underused. And Enchantress, kind of the same situation. Used very often, used as a heavy damage dealer, not so much. Stallianer is going to find Rise. He takes a gush. Blocks it all with the refraction, though. Stallianer is just hitting like a truck. Morphling at this point, he's going for a Manta style of his own. But will it be enough? I don't think so. Nexus, level 2 Dagon. You have enough for level 3. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. Come on. Save him for buyback, I'm sure. But boring. The next battle will occur at these Raxes. The Ravage is up. The Epicenter should be up as well. Sand King has the advantage of being able to initiate on his terms with the Blink Dagger. Raxes, oh, there goes the Blink Ravage, only hitting onto 3. Stallianer did block all of that as Solo does take a shotgun. Balsam is not going to be able to bring him down. He does take that Dagon, which burns through that Lincoln Sphere. Calculus getting force staff through, and here comes Nexus with the Epicenter, only into Balsam. That is going to bring the Morphling down. Solo doing heavy amounts of damage to the Nino, who just has stolen a fraction. Cheese being burned by Solo as he drops down his ultimate, but Stallianer is going to have none of that. Rise trying to teleport out. He does get away somehow, but the Crystal Maiden does pay for it with her life. Sudoi taking all of that scream damage, but he doesn't care because he has a pipe as well as a mech. And there goes the second set of Raxes. Ladies and gentlemen, I think M5 have done it versus the Wolves. Solo might be the last one to die on M5, but there's Sonic Traps slowing everyone down. Burst Strike onto the Crystal Maiden. That's going to give Solo a triple kill. Carry Enchantress. It's legit. And now with Wolves, 2 Raxes down, the third to follow, as Stallianer just machine guns down that tower. Look at those little arrows of light and pain. Burst Strike from Nexus going to go for Calculus, who has finally managed to procure Scythe of Eyes, but like that was 35 minutes in. Way too slow. The Queen of Pain not paying off for the Wolves. And there's the Mega Creeps. Wolves cannot hold off Mega Creeps. So at this point, we're just waiting for TTB to tap out. Whoa, that was awesome! That was amazing. Calculus is getting dove by Stallianer. Stallianer's not done yet. He's going to go for the Nino. He does still have an Aegis, so he's fine. But look at all this damage he's taking from the Fountain, and he's still alive, melding the rest of those hits. And I don't know how TA survived that Fountain dive. But yeah, Calculus, he's had enough. There's the GG call. Stallianer, please don't die to the tower. That would just be embarrassing. Balsam wants one more kill. Wait for him in. Shotgunning. Solo down. Oh, he knows where Stallianer is. There goes the Dagon, but once again blocked by that Lincoln Sphere. He's going to take a Burst Strike, though. Balsam, is he going to go down? Stallianer with the Helm of the Dominator, going to take a lot of life back. He gets disabled, though, into that meld. Once again, going to go for Rise. There goes the Aegis, the Immortal. Dread going toe-to-toe with Balsam. Does Dread have a Hex Stick? Blink in Epicenter onto Balsam. Dread does have a Hex Stick. You know your game is going well when your Venomancer can afford a Hex Stick. Atsy, slowed down by a Sonic Trap. 1 hit, 2, 3. You know, at this point, Temple Assassin, not really about the burst damage, more so about the constant damage. You know, stole Roar, and he's going to give Beastmaster a taste of his own medicine, but all of the Wolves are dead. Stallianer with a triple kill. Final tally, 15-18, and there's the game, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been the Wolves versus M5, or I guess TTB, Wolves/TTB/M5 in the Starseries Season 3. I have a lot of games backed up right now that I have actually recorded, and I'm just waiting for them to like finish encoding and stuff like that. Those will come out soon enough. This one will be the last one you see in that set that I'm talking about. So I guess that's kind of pointless for me to even say anything. But thanks for watching, guys. GG.